The date is December 1945. The location is the Jabal al-Tarif cliff near the hamlet of Nag Hammadi in Upper Egypt. Three brothers are walking through the desert. They are not archaeologists. They are not scholars. They are peasants seeking nitrate-rich soil to fertilize their crops. But they are also carrying a secret. Just weeks earlier, their father had been murdered in a blood feud, and they were plotting their revenge. Their hands were ready for violence, but fate had prepared them for a discovery that would shatter history. One of the brothers, Muhammad Ali al-Saman, strikes something hard with his mattock. A sound echoes under the sand. It is not a rock. It is hollow. They dig frantically and pull out a large sealed earthenware jar, nearly a meter tall. Muhammad hesitates. In these parts, jars often contain jinn, spirits trapped by ancient sorcerers. He raises his mattock, terrified yet driven by the hope of finding gold, and smashes the jar. No gold flows out. Only a cloud of golden dust disappears into the wind, and 13 leather-bound books tumble onto the sand. Disappointed, Muhammad takes the books home. His mother, thinking they are worthless rubbish, throws some of the pages into the fire to bake bread. Watch the smoke rising from that oven. Smell the burning papyrus. That smoke contained the lost words of Jesus. That fire consumed the secret manuals of resurrection. But not all was lost. What survived the fire, and what survived the 1600 years of burial before that, ended up revealing a conspiracy so vast that it rewrites the origin of humanity itself. Among those surviving texts was a detailed explanation of a phenomenon that millions of people are experiencing right now in the 21st century. A high-pitched frequency, a ringing in the ears, a signal that science dismisses and religion ignores. If you are watching this, you likely hear it. And if you hear it, you are part of the lineage that the fire could not destroy. Tonight, we do not just explore a theory. We are going to reconstruct the manual that Muhammad's mother almost burned. We are going to teach you how to tune the receiver in your head. To understand the signal, you must understand why it is being blocked. You must understand the prison you are living in. The Gnostics, the knowers who wrote these texts, did not view the world as a beautiful creation of a loving God. They saw it as a copy, a flawed simulation. They taught that the true God, the monad, is pure infinite light, existing in a realm called the pleroma, but a lower entity, a cosmic error named Sophia, tried to create without the monad's permission. The result was a deformed, blind god-child. His name is Yaldabaoth, the Demiurge, the craftsman. Yaldabaoth looked around the dark void, saw his own reflection and screamed, "I am God, and there is no other God beside me." He built the material universe, the stars, the planets, the earth, and the physical bodies we inhabit, not to nurture us, but to trap the divine sparks that had fallen from the pleroma. This is the uncomfortable truth. The voice you hear in your head, the constant chatter of worry, fear, judgment, and desire, that is not you. That is the software of the Demiurge. The Gnostics called them archons, the rulers. These are non-organic entities that serve the Demiurge. And here is the darkest part of the teaching. They are hungry. They do not eat food. They eat frequency. Specifically, they feed on a low vibrational energy called loosh. Loosh is generated when a human with a divine spark feels intense fear, anxiety, hatred, lust, or despair. Why do you think the news is designed to terrify you? Why do you think social media is engineered to make you feel inadequate? Why is the world always in a state of perpetual crisis? It is a farm. You are the crop, and your emotions are the harvest. But there is a flaw in their system, a vulnerability in the matrix. The Demiurge could trap your soul in a body, but he could not extinguish the spark. He could not cut the connection to the monad completely. Buried deep within your biology, hidden in the center of your brain, is a receiver that the archons cannot shut off. When that receiver activates, it makes a sound, a ringing. That ringing is the sound of the farm gate opening. For decades, skeptics have laughed at this. They say it's just tinnitus, it's hair cells dying in your cochlea. But let's look at the science they don't show you on the news. Let's talk about the pineal gland. The ancients called it the third eye. The Gnostics called it the seat of the soul. Modern science calls it a piezoelectric transducer. In 2002, research published in the journal Bioelectromagnetics confirmed that the human pineal gland contains microcrystals of calcite. These are not random stones. They are hexagonal, non-centrosymmetric crystals. Do you know what else uses calcite crystals? Radio receivers. When you squeeze a quartz or calcite crystal, it generates an electrical charge. This is called piezoelectricity. More importantly, when these crystals are exposed to an external electromagnetic frequency, they vibrate, they ring. This means your brain is literally built with a radio antenna in its center. Now, consider the Earth's frequency, the Schumann resonance. For thousands of years, the Earth's heartbeat pulsed at a steady 7.83 hertz. Our brains evolved to sync with this. But in the last 2 decades, something has changed. The background radiation of our planet has exploded. Wi-Fi, 5G, satellites, radio waves. The noise floor of the planet is screaming. The ringing you hear is often your pineal crystals vibrating in response to 2 things: the artificial assault of the matrix frequencies, electronic smog, the piercing high-frequency download from the monad trying to cut through that smog. When you hear the ringing, you are feeling the friction between 2 worlds. You are feeling the war for your consciousness playing out in the microcrystals of your own brain. The medical industry calls it a pathology. The Gnostics call it the recall signal. Before we get to the protocol, you need to know who you are. The texts found at Nag Hammadi, specifically the tripartite tractate, are very clear. Not everyone on Earth is the same. This is the most controversial part of Gnosticism. It states that humanity is divided into 3 species of consciousness. Species 1, the Hylics, matter-born. These are the vast majority, the NPCs of reality. They have no divine spark. They are creations of the Demiurge, made entirely of matter. When they die, their consciousness dissolves back into the elements. You can identify a Hylic easily. They are obsessed with external appearances. They accept the narrative of the media without question. They have no inner monologue about the nature of reality. If a Hylic hears ringing in their ears, they suffer, they panic, they take medication to stop it. They cannot perceive the signal, because there is no self to receive it. Species 2, the psychics, mind-born. These are the religious conformists. They have a soul, but it is asleep. They follow rules. They need a Bible, a Quran, a Torah, or a guru to tell them what is right. They are obsessed with morality, sin, and judgment. They are good people, but they are trapped in the binary of the matrix, good versus evil. They fear the ringing because it is unknown. They fear the direct connection because it threatens their dogma. Species 3, the Pneumatics, the spirit-born. This is the immovable race, the chosen. You are a pneumatic. How do I know? Because a Hylic would have clicked off this video 5 minutes ago. A psychic would be in the comments calling this heresy. Only a pneumatic has the patience to seek the hidden gnosis. You have the spark. You have always felt like an alien on this planet. You look at human behavior, the wars, the greed, the obsession with fame, and it makes no sense to you. You have high empathy, high sensitivity, and often high intuition, and you hear the ringing. For the pneumatic, the ringing is not a symptom. It is a notification. It is your team, your true family in the pleroma pinging your location. They are saying, "We see you. You are behind enemy lines, but the line is open." We have established that the ringing is a message. Now we must translate the language. The monad does not speak English. It speaks in vibration. Based on the hidden manuals, we can categorize the ringing into 3 distinct operational modes. Mode A, the left ear warning, the archon check. The texts suggest a duality in the body. The left side is often associated with the receiving of lower frequencies. If you hear a low, dull, or chaotic buzzing in your left ear, pay attention. This is often an archon check. It means your vibration has dropped. You have engaged in gossip, fear, or lust. You have lowered your shields. The buzzing is the sound of energetic parasites attaching to your field to harvest loosh. Action: do not fear it. Fear feeds them. Immediately change your state. Stand up, shake your body, hum a high note, break the pattern. Mode B, the right ear pierce, the monad download. This is the classic high-pitched frequency in the right ear. It is sharp, sudden, and clear like a bell or a laser beam. This is a direct download of gnosis. Think of it like a compressed zip file being sent to your computer. You download the file in 3 seconds, but it might take your brain, the operating system, 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 years to unzip and understand the data. Action: stop, be silent, accept the download. Do not try to analyze it yet, just say, "Received." Mode C, the omnidirectional hum, the field shift. This is when the sound is not in an ear, but in the center of your head, or surrounding you completely. It sounds like silence has a texture. This happens when you shift timelines. Quantum physics tells us there are infinite parallel realities. When you make a major decision, or when you raise your consciousness significantly, you literally jump tracks. You move to a timeline where the outcome is better. The hum is the sound of the friction between the 2 timelines as you merge into the new one. Action: visualize your highest timeline. What do you want? Who are you in the best version of reality? Hold that image. The hum is the cement drying on your new reality. The ringing rarely comes alone. As your body, Your biological spacesuit attempts to integrate these higher frequencies, you will experience physical side effects. The medical establishment calls these idiopathic, unknown cause. We call them ascension symptoms. 1. Sudden exhaustion. You wake up tired after 8 hours of sleep. Why? Because your soul was working in the astral realm all night. You were attending school in the dream state. 2. Dietary changes. Suddenly, you cannot tolerate heavy meat, alcohol, or processed sugar. Your body is rejecting low vibration fuel. 3. The vibrating body. You lie in bed and feel like your internal organs are shaking, but your hand is steady. This is your light body decoupling from the physical density. 4. Lucid dreaming. You start waking up inside your dreams. This is the first step to escaping the reincarnation trap. If you can wake up in a dream, you can wake up at the moment of death. 5. Synchronicities. You see repeating numbers 1111, 333. You think of someone and they call. This is the matrix glitching. It means your thoughts are manifesting instantly. If you have the ringing and these symptoms, you are in the middle of the metamorphosis. Do not let a doctor convince you that you are broken. You are hatching. Now, the practical application. How do we use the signal? The Nag Hammadi texts refer to the 5 seals and the power of the breath. Pneuma means both spirit and breath. We will combine the ancient Gnostic knowledge with modern biohacking to create the activation protocol. Phase 1. The silence, isolation. Wait until night. The solar radiation creates interference during the day. The midnight watch between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. is when the veil between worlds is thinnest. Sit in a dark room. No phone, no electronics. Cover your ears with your palms for a moment, then release. Listen for the silence, then listen behind the silence. Find the faint hum. It is always there. Phase 2. The pneumatic breath, charging the crystal. We need to mechanically stress the crystals in your pineal gland to turn on the receiver. Take a deep breath in through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold the breath for 7 seconds. While holding, squeeze the muscles at the base of your spine, the perineum, and visualize pulling energy up your spine into the center of your head. Exhale through the mouth for 8 seconds, making a soft ha sound. Repeat this 7 times. You might feel lightheaded. You might feel a popping sensation in your forehead. This is the piezoelectric effect igniting. Phase 3. The locking, the tuner. Now, focus entirely on the ringing. Imagine the sound is a physical rope hanging from the sky. Grab the rope with your mind, climb it, make the sound louder. You control the volume. This is the secret. When you focus on it with intention, it amplifies. If it gets uncomfortably loud, do not panic. Break the fear barrier. Pass through the sound. Phase 4. The command, the override. When the sound is at its peak, you are connected to the monad. You have administrator access to your reality. This is not the time to hope. This is the time to overwrite. State your command. I am safe. I am powerful. I am the signal. Whatever you speak into the ringing at this peak state bypasses the archon filters and is written directly into the code of your universe. A final, crucial warning. The Archons are intelligent. They have watched humanity for thousands of years. They know we are waking up. So they have created a counterfeit awakening. They have created false light. You will see this in the New Age movement. Messages that tell you to just ignore the darkness, to only be positive, to wait for the aliens to save us. This is a trap. It is designed to make you passive. If a voice tells you to give up your sovereignty to an angel, a guide, or a commander, that is an Archon. The true monad never commands. It never demands worship. It empowers. The signal is not a voice telling you what to do. It is a mirror reminding you of who you are. True gnosis is self-knowledge. The ringing is simply the sound of your own divine nature vibrating against the cage of the world. We are living in the time the ancients prophesied, the apocalypse. Apocalypse does not mean the end of the world. It comes from the Greek word apocalypsis, which means the unveiling, the lifting of the hood. The world is not ending. The illusion is ending. The Archons are panicked. That is why they are trying to lock down human consciousness with fear, with division, with synthetic biology. But they cannot stop the signal. Every time you hear that ring, smile. It means the system is failing. It means you are online. You are not crazy. You are not sick. You are a sleeping giant that is finally stirring. Tonight, when the house is quiet and the world sleeps, listen to the ring. Don't treat it like a noise. Treat it like a phone call from home. Pick up the line. We are building the network. The more of us who acknowledge the signal, the stronger it gets. If you are part of this resistance, if you are a Pneumatic, ready to reclaim your power, leave the code in the comments below. Write, "I am the signal." Do not just write it, feel it. Like this video to trick the algorithm into spreading this gnosis to other lost souls. The burning of the books didn't work. The truth is out, and now so are you. End of transmission.